Hey, random dancer on the internet. My name's Ian.
And my name's Lindsay.
And this is a Ballroom Blitz. Welcome, Blitzers. Today on Ballroom Blitz, we are returning to the field of Rumba. And we're going to start from the fan position, fan-related links in the description. And we're going to be doing a figure called the hockey stick. Let's have a look. So this figure commences in the fan position, and we have done a blitz on the fan. We will leave the link in the description. The first two steps from fan position are the classic gimme steps, whether you're doing it in rumba or cha. We'll go over those and they will be a stock standard no matter what figure you will do from that position. Once we're from there, there's a very specific lead to get us into the hockey stick. And once we know we're in the hockey stick, it's all systems go. We just need to stay nice and compact. Let's break it down and have a deeper look. Leads, if you have arrived at fan position, your first two steps, the 2-3, whether it's rumba or cha, always will be to step forward on your left foot, 2. At this point, you're also going to inspire the follow to close their feet, but I'll let Lindsay cover the follow steps in a moment. And in classic Cuban style, we're going to take the 3 beat to rock back into position. 2, 3. 2, 3. From here, leads, it's all systems go. This is where you have to push the big red button and start telling the follow exactly what you are leading. In this case, you are going to imagine there is a massive ray of light coming from your upper left corner, and you must block it out. You must block out the sun. You must put your left hand almost over your right shoulder. If it doesn't get this far across, you're leaving the follow in no man's land. If you lead the follow to no man's land, they won't do this figure. So after steps 1 and 2, taken on beats 2 and 3, as is normal with our Cuban timing, I am going to now close my feet on the classic 4 and 1 and mix it with my arm work lead. 2, 3, 4 and 1.
For the follower steps, if we've just been put into fan position, we would have just gone backwards on our left foot, leaving our right foot ready to move. Our leader's about here, if you can imagine them. So they've got our hand here. We should feel, as they're taking their forward step, a slight pressure through the hand that encourages us to draw our right foot underneath us and put our weight onto it. So our first step isn't actually taking us anywhere, it's switching feet. So it's 2. And I'm now ready to use my left foot. If you want to be fancy, you can put a little bit of a ronde action in there, but we still need to switch our feet. So we've got on beat 2, ready to go on our left foot now. And that step will be forwards. We will be starting to draw in front of our partner, starting to shift towards them. The movement of the hand from the leader at this point, doing that blocking the sun movement and bringing it across, will encourage us to take another forward step, and this will truly bring us right in front of them. So my first 3 steps here are 2, 3, 4, 1.
Now that you can see us in fan position, you will notice that as I take my step forward, I'm going to give a slight push to encourage the follow to close their feet. 2. I'm now going to allow my arm to draw back as I rock. 3. And this is where the lead happens. I'm going to bring this arm up, block out the sun. The hand position will have to change because I can't hold my palm in the same position and take my arm across. So let that happen as I close my feet and encourage the follow through onto her step. 2, 3, 4 and 1. From this position, you will notice that the follower walks dead forward. Follows, you don't want to think, oh, I know it's a hockey stick, and start to move it towards the final position. And leads, you don't want to think, oh, it's a hockey stick, I need to move my follow to that final position. We're about to get really compact. We need to keep each other close just for a few steps, like so. 2, 3, walking forward. And there is very little space at this point between lead and follow. At this point, leads, we are committed to a hockey stick and we have to coordinate our arms and our feet. We have just closed our feet, brought our arm to the leading position, and our follow is now in front of us. We're due to take our right foot into a step and we're going to step on the spot backwards into a Cuban cross. And why I say on the spot backwards, I don't want you to step back and I don't want you to move anywhere else. I want you to stay on the spot, but take a Cuban cross to put tension across your hips. That's the footwork. The arm work in this next step is you have to encourage the follow to turn in the opposite direction. You're going to give a slight push with your arm. At this point, we will now be approaching a tandem style position, so one behind the other, a single file if you were to take a profile position, ready so that the next step I can step out following the follower and then enter the last phase of the figure. 2, 3.
Followers, we would have just taken that right foot forward and we're going to continue with some forward work, but the effect of the leader doing their Cuban cross and that sort of slight push forward is that our forward step won't continue along that same line we're on. It will switch us to that one there. So it's just an eighth of a turn to the left. If you were sort of straight with the balls, you'll end up on a diagonal at that point. So our next two steps are two forward steps along that new line. We've got left, right.
2, 3. Now it is important at that portion of the figure that we have taken a forward step, both lead and follow. We're about to turn the follow back to an open facing position, but we haven't done it yet. We have to land that step first. At this point, leads, we have all of our weight over our left foot. We have taken step 5. We have followed the follower out in a tandem style position. And now we are going to drop this arm. The drop of the arm after we have landed the step will inspire the follow to turn in place between steps 5 and 6. We have to land the step first, then make the turn.
Now followers, this is where we have landed step 5. It's forwards on our right foot. Even though we know at this point, we're pretty sure it's a hockey stick and that we are going to turn to face our partner again, we don't want to do it ourselves. Just the action of Ian dropping that hand very neatly turns me for me and at the time that the leader wants me to turn. So I get to do not much there at all except just be ready to be turned.
Now that we have made that turn between steps 5 and 6, all we have to do is finish the figure. The last step of the figure, now that we've returned to an open facing position, is a straight walk 4-1, forward on the right for the leads, back on the left for the follows. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1. 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1.
And in your ribbons of color, I feel my conscience merge with yours.
And that is it for the hockey stick in Rumba. If you're wondering why it's called a hockey stick, it traces the shape of an American ice hockey stick. So if you are sitting here in Aussie land going, what's that all about? Where we only have field hockey, that's where it comes from. If it helps, call it the dog leg. It just helps give you that shape. You really want that eighth of a turn into tandem position and then that nice sharp half a turn back right at the end. Don't turn it all yourself. Try and keep that creative tension. Help each other. Have fun with this on the floor and go kick some goals. We'll see you next time. That's it for today's Blitz, guys and girls. Don't forget to like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe.
And smash that notification button so you don't miss out when the next ones come out. They come out twice a week. See you then.